show you how I did the stenciled background on this card. I'll just zoom in a little bit so that you can see the detail on the stenciling. These flowers here and up here are all part of the stenciling background. And I stenciled it onto a coloured patterned sheet so that it gives a little bit more dimension to the card. So I'll put that aside, and I'm just going to stencil the same flower design that I used on that other card onto this one. So the stencil is just one, I think, from Prima, and I'm going to use impasto gel, a medium, gel medium here. Or what you could use is a texture paste, and I made this texture paste up yesterday, and that's what I used on the other. It's quite effective. It uses baby powder, PVA glue, a little bit of paint and some water, and it apparently keeps for months in an airtight container. But I'm going to go and use the gel medium for this. It gives a clearer impression, but it's quite effective when you ink over it. So just applying the gel medium. I'm using a palette knife, just a plastic one that I bought, a cheap one that I bought. And you don't have to put it over the whole piece of paper. I'm just scraping the excess here, and I'm just going to take a little bit more of that off. You could use a credit card for this. I see I've missed a little bit there. And lift that off the paper. And you've got a lovely background. It's white at the moment, but it will dry clear. To colour it up a bit more, you could add a little bit of paint to it or some sparkle, and that would give you a little bit of a different texture. So that's basically all you do, and it's very easy. Coming back to this card, so that was the card I did previously. I'm just going to put together another card which I have prepared here. Now this background that I've made, I used a flower stencil here and here, and I put it onto a patterned background, and then when it was dry I just went over it with some frayed burlap embossing distress ink and coloured up the background, which then allowed the clear gel to show through. So I've got a card here, card base, and I've got a piece of green. I'm just going to quickly put this together. I'll just use my trusty clear glue. You will find that if you use a paper, such as a copy paper or a fairly lightweight paper, it will bend up a little bit with the texture paste, the homemade texture paste. So I would perhaps use it on a slightly heavier weight card. So I've just laid that on there. I've got a piece here This is just a part of the offcuts from the layer weight card, and I just add a little strip of washi tape there. I'm going to attach a happy birthday, which I've stamped, and I'm just going to put a couple of brads there. 1, 2. Press my brads down in the centre when I've put them through the paper, because that actually helps the bottom underneath. It makes it lie flatter. So I'll just put a strip of tape here. And putting your tape over top of the brads also helps them to stay in place. I do use my cutting mat frequently to line up my straight lines. And I'll attach this to the card. I do prefer to use glue because it actually helps to slide the top of the top layer into the right place before it actually sets. So it's stuck down, and just to finish it off, I've cut out a little sprig from Intricate Cuts. I've got some flowers here that I've layered up with a little green brad, and I'll just layer these on here. Don't want them to stick right down. And I'll just glue that one there in the middle, holding it down. And there's my finished card.